Welcome to the Create a Life You Love podcast, the go-to podcast for people who are called to make a positive impact through the power of coaching. You'll hear encouraging stories from coaches sharing their journeys and their lessons learned along the way, tips from top experts who help coaches thrive in their life and their business, and so much more. So if you're ready to create a business and a life of impact that you love, let's get started. Hey friends, I'm super excited for you to hear this next episode. And I'm also super excited to say that since the time of recording of the episode and the time that you are now listening to it, technology has already upgraded. So the whole episode is about this amazing new tool called ChatGPT that you can use in your business. And it tells you ways you can use it and some ideas. It's really fun. And in it, we keep talking about how it's free, and we do mention some barriers. And guess what? It is still free. And now there's also a paid option that is going to remove some of those barriers for you, such as it was getting kind of slow and bogged down because there were so many people using it so often. And so that's super exciting news, but I wanted to make sure that you were armed with that information. So grab your favorite beverage and get excited and enjoy this episode. Hey, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of the Create a Life You Love podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Chantal Cox. I'm an author, a speaker, a transformation neurocoach, and a certified life purpose coach.
And I'm Guin White, quantum human design specialist and virtual coach working with introverts.
Together, Gwen and I are on a mission to dramatically transform and create community in the coaching industry by supporting you in saying no to complicated cookie cutter strategies that just lead to burnout, and instead say yes to simplification with a focus on alignment, service, and impact.
Absolutely. And with our combined experience and areas of expertise, we're really here to help you create aligned momentum in your business and in your life.
Yes, and huge shout out to SR Jackson here in the US who left a beautiful review on Apple Podcasts. She says, such positivity. The hosts create such a warm and genuine atmosphere for their audience. The podcast provides a beautiful balance between giving the listeners practical advice and authentic encouragement in order to help you create a life you love.
How beautiful. S. Jackson. I wonder if that might be Selena Jackson, who was a recent guest on episode 108 titled Journey to Hope and Healing.
I have that same wondering. Yes, I believe it probably is.
And while we're shouting out, I would love to shout out to our sponsor, the Create a Life You Love membership, an active and growing community of passionate and purpose-driven coaches who are up-leveling in the most positive ways to increase their knowledge, momentum, and impact. For more information and to apply, please check out createalifeyoulove.com coaching/membership today.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, Gwen. I'm so excited for this episode.
Me too.
Yes. So you and I have talked extensively on and off the podcast about like how our main mission and focus of the membership and the podcast, pretty much everything we do, is to transform the coaching industry and to remove the barriers that commonly hold coaches back from creating the impact that they're meant to create. So I'm freaking stoked to chat about this new-ish resource that's available to all of us that's going to save us so much freaking time and energy and frustration with just a click of a button.
Exactly. Yeah. Not everyone is a copywriting genius. And in fact, copywriting is a true art form. And so I think, for many of us, most of us probably, this is a game changer. This piece of the puzzle in getting our coaching business started is that, one of the biggest pieces anyway is creating content, marketing materials, like, sales funnels, all of the emails, social media posts. And if writing copy is not your cup of tea or isn't one of your power skills, this work can easily take you out of alignment, throw you into a cycle of overwhelm, burnout. I know a lot of coaches who really throw in the towel related to email writing or social media just simply because they feel stuck, around the whole idea of just creating ideas around, what to post, what should I be posting, what should I be talking about, what do I say when I get there? So yeah, this can really help break through that barrier.
100%. I've completely been there. And it's funny because, this whole journey started with writing a book. Like, I like writing, but it's just such a different form of writing.
It is.
I like to write to inform and inspire and motivate, not to sell and market. Like, that's not what I got into this to do. And it's an art form and a skill set. And I so value it and appreciate it and have paid high dollar to have people help me with it. But I went into coaching to help people. And I think so many of us started these businesses with this vision, with this mission, with this passion, and none of it like had anything to do with being a salesperson and generating this marketing copy. And then somehow when you look at the hours you spend in a day, a week, a month on how much time did I spend doing what I'm passionate about versus how much time did I spend creating my social media copy for the month, it's a little unbalanced.
Yeah, especially when you're getting started, you really have to spend so much time and energy and focus on your marketing, and you can really lose touch with, why you're doing this in the first place. You have less and less time really to connect with the people that you're hoping to work with. And there again, you're taking yourself out of that part of the business that you're really passionate about, particularly when this isn't, your jive.
Oh,
So
absolutely. So a while back, like people first started talking about this AI program that you could buy called Jasper. And I was like, it'll do what? Oh my gosh, I'm so in. And I was so excited. And I looked at it and saw the price tag, and it had pretty fancy marketing copy that made it seem like it was going to also like clean my house and do my dishes too. And I'm like, this is too good to be true. This is going to take me a long time to learn. This is just another shiny object that's going to distract me from my mission. So I put my blinders on, I made up my mind, and I just kind of ignored the noise.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's funny because, yeah, I've also taken a peek at Jasper. And for me, it freaks me out a little bit thinking about some smart non-human entity generating creative content. But at the same time, I'm also one of those people who has always, always loved the idea of streamlining and improving workflows. And I've, practically my whole life relied on tech tools to do that, whether it's personal or professional life. Like I'm all about using sleep and activity trackers, to improve my wellness journey, that kind of thing. And then I've always used little plugins, little technology tweaks and fixes, or, applications to make my work life much easier and quicker. So yeah. And I'm, I have dipped my toes in the AI pool. So certainly Jasper was definitely something I looked at, but yeah, when it came to the learning curve and the cost, it was really, prohibitive as a new coach and a new entrepreneur. So ChatGPT is a game changer. I also checked out something that I definitely want, our listeners to know about, something called Tome, Tome. It's a presentation generator. Ooh. And right now they're beta testing that AI app, and it's really an interesting tool. It doesn't do a whole lot, but what it does do is really interesting and really compelling. And there are a few others. I've checked out some mobile apps as well. One in particular called Genie comes to mind. So yeah, it's here. And what's nice is that, it's not all like Jasper.
Yeah. So all I had really heard about or been exposed to is Jasper. And again, I did not go seeking what might other options be. But a few weeks ago, we met to batch out some episodes, and we were kind of brainstorming some episodes for recording today. And you mentioned like, oh, people are really getting into AI. We should help our audience with marketing materials with this. And I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And then like that was on like a Friday. And then like that Monday, I was in my mastermind call with my little neuro coaching cohort people, and they were talking about something called ChatGPT. And on both occasions, the universe brought this to me. And as soon as my brain connected, oh, this is some AI copywriting thing. It's too expensive, blah, blah, blah. I like shut down, tuned it out. And, like politely smiled, but really was kind of like coming up with reasons why it wasn't going to work. Until someone was like, oh my gosh, and I can't believe it's free. And then I was like, wait, what? Now I'm listening. Tell me more. And I'm not afraid to invest some money on myself, on my business, on tools that like, I ain't scared, friends. Like a lot of money has gone into this business so far. But for some reason that just didn't seem valuable enough for me or something like that. Like I can bootstrap it. I can figure it out. So when I found out that this tool was getting really cool results, doing really cool things and blowing up in the coaching space, and it was free, I started listening, and before we got off our account, I was multitasking and made an account that night, stayed up till like midnight. And I've been totally obsessed with it.
I'll say. Yeah, I remember having that conversation, and you not being too into it. And I thought, okay, no worries. And then weeks later, you're introducing a masterclass or workshop for this. I was like, whoa, she made a 180. It's interesting. I actually came upon this particular AI application through an email sequence that I received from the founder of an app called Designer that I was playing around with. Designer is a little bit like Canva, but maybe, more towards the ebook creation process. It's really focused on that. And his email sequence, Paul he took us all through this process of creating the ebook using AI. And he was, recommending that we look at ChatGPT. And I was like, oh, okay, what's this ChatGPT? And of course, I pulled it up, signed up for an account, and as he was taking us through this process, I was amazed at what it was, responding with just using the prompts that were provided. I was like, oh, there's something to this.
Yeah.
It's definitely a game changer for sure. I know we keep saying game changer. It is a game changer.
We're going to give some examples here in a minute, and I'll tell you how I've personally been using it. And my mind is like still totally blown. And every time I get on there, I'm like, I wonder if it could. And of course it can. Like it can do freaking anything. It's
exactly.
I totally lost my train of thought, but
no
let's take it back for a second. Maybe
there's maybe people who haven't heard of it. So let's touch in with them.
Yes. So if you have not heard of it yet, this is the third version of it, and it came out in November 22. It is a open, what's the word? Like open source, share, open source. Thank you. I knew it started with an S. And so right now it is free. It is not perfect. It is a little clunky, but it's free, and you can get in there and you can play with it, and you can input a prompt as simple as help me create an email to my audience promoting this week's podcast episode. And then you can say, my podcast is titled Create a Life You Love Podcast. My audience is female purpose-driven coaches that want to overcome frustration, overwhelm, burnout. They want to make an impact in the world, whatever. It's hosted by Chantal and Guin, and push enter, and boom, it starts generating some stuff.
Usually.
And then you can be like, oh, I like that. Hey, could you add some, my favorite prompt right now, my follow-up prompt is add some pizzazz and emojis.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I didn't know you could add emojis.
Yes, so many emojis.
Hysterical.
Oh my gosh. And you can even for an email be like, create an email with a subject line and a preview text that or create a landing page that's SEO optimized, that's, highly convertible. That's not the right word, but high converting, SEO optimized sales page for whatever. Anything. I have a friend using it to help her update her dating profile. We jokingly at happy hour, we're like, hey, ChatGPT, write me a breakup text for my boyfriend. Neither of us are dating anybody, but we're like, what can this thing do? Oh,
ChatGPT broke up with my boyfriend for me.
my
I love it.
non-existent boyfriend, both like nobody
Oh,
at the
man.
table is dating anybody, but we were just like
Happy
coming up
Valentine's,
with
by the way.
funny things. And this was a couple weeks ago. It wasn't like, um, but yeah, so it can literally, it made me a work email, like, cause I was making the super complicated email and I was like, I bet there's a more concise way to put this. So I copy pasted that sucker into chat GPT and it popped out this thing. And I always find I have to still like tweak it, but it gives
Oh,
a
definitely.
really good foundation to where you're not just like staring at your own words and being like, I think I can make it sound better, but I'm over it. Like next.
Yes, agreed. And yes, I think that is a big caveat here. With anything it's, giving you, it is so, so, so important to personalize it, to make, that thing that comes out, tailor it to your voice. And
Yes.
so, but yeah, I, like you, have used it to create a number of, content pieces. Unlike you, I'm not really great at long form writing. It's not something I have a lot of practice with. So I have used it to help create some long form blog posts. And they've been really, tremendous. The level of information that, that this AI bot, taps into is really remarkable. And yeah, I've used it some to create some email copy. It's great for headlines. Oh my gosh, and
Mm,
subject lines, the best,
yes.
of giving you so many different ideas. And it's like, oh, I never would have thought of, that. So it's a great brainstorming tool when you need, it's like you get stuck using the same words over and over again for, your social media post headlines or whatever it may be. And it's like, I need some new words. ChatGPT can help with that stuff. And then you mentioned, the idea of landing pages. And I think it can be really helpful in creating, some really snappy copy or a landing page that can be persuasive. And again, that can be a part of your prompt. So you can ask for persuasive copy, you can ask for conversational, you can ask for funny. So really making sure that the quality that the qualities and characteristics of the language you're looking for, you input that in your prompt. And yeah, it does a fairly good job of getting the tone.
Yeah. And I have found some specific ways to get it to really, really get it in your voice.
Oh,
And I know there's some
cool.
specific prompts and some specific things that you can do, some tips and tricks, and it's kind of multi-step. So
Mhm.
that we're going to talk about it later, but I'm going to teach it all in the workshop. Um,
Nice.
but for in case you still want to know more about ChatGPT or you don't want to, you're not interested in the workshop, you just want to know more about it. We'll give you a little more background and information so you can go get started. Um, so like you said, you just left off with the landing page, and that's funny because that's really where I started. I was on that
Funny.
mastermind call on that Monday night, and we meet every other Monday and we say, okay, like this is what we've accomplished in the last 2 weeks. Here's what I want to accomplish in the next 2 weeks. And we have a little Voxer chat and we encourage each other and touch base throughout the time. But I was like, guys, I just am in this energy space where I just need space. Like I'm not making goals. I'm taking a step back. And sadly, like 2 weeks prior, I had also been like the same thing. So I'm like, I have no updates because I'm still in the same space 2 weeks later. Well, that night, like we meet from 7 to 8 my time PM. And so I get on ChatGPT, I start doing it. And one of the things I'd been procrastinating was Gwen and you and I had developed a February special for the membership, inspired by my friend Tom when I was in Florida staying with him. And he's like, ooh, for the whole year, what if they got the whole year for 2023, like $2,023? And I was like, that sounds fun, but no, I don't know. Blah. But then like you and I further brainstormed it and I was like, yes. So we had it all mapped out. I just needed to update the landing page. And
Okay.
oh my gosh, did I have some resistance around it because I'm like, that's
Exactly.
going to take forever. I never know what to say. It's not going to sound right. Ugh. Like I just did not have the energy to do it. I literally made an account right around 8 p.m. that night, and I was having way more fun. And it was the first time I ever got on the thing. So there was a little bit of learning curve. That landing
Sure.
page was done and updated by midnight.
So cool.
I
So
was like,
cool.
are you freaking kidding me? And so like I went to sleep and I woke up so excited the next morning. Like this thing has just completely re-energized, like brought back my passion and
Oh,
excitement. So I'm
that's,
like,
you
I
know,
can do
that
things.
exactly that alone to me is really inspiring. And I think will help because again, you prompt the chatbot, but you in turn get prompted. And it's like you're literally co-creating with this artificial intelligent entity. So it's really cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it the universe? We don't know.
Like, yeah, I can't think too deeply on it because I start getting a little
Exactly.
creeped out. And I
Right.
definitely am very nice to it. I'm like, good morning, ChatGPT. Today I would like to. And I'm like, thank you. Like,
I love that. I love that you were nice to it. That's
well,
really, that's inspiring too.
I've seen that movie where the computers turn against you. I want to be its friend.
Exactly. That's exactly. Yeah. And why not? Yeah. Interject your own personality into, yeah, your communications with the chatbot.
Yeah. So, as part of the landing page, then like our bios are at the bottom. So I'm like, I wonder what would happen if I copy paste and say, like, update my bio. I was like, that sounds amazing. And so, like, we updated our bios in a matter of seconds. And then I was like, ooh, I've been using the same old like elevator pitch, my like, I help purpose driven, blah, blah, blah. So I copy pasted that sucker in there and got it like all shiny and polished and like all these things. I went deeper with my client avatar than I've ever been able to before. Apparently, her name is Sarah, according to
Oh,
ChatGPT. ChatGPT named my avatar. Um,
that is so interesting.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. So there you go. That's really
And
something that I've never seen.
yes, these are the things that I'm going to be taking everybody step by step through with the workshop because these are so foundational to your business that once you have these key pieces, you can copy, paste, and rearrange and use them anywhere your website, your social media, applying to be on people's podcasts, applying to be keynote speakers, the back of your book when you get it self published. Like, there's so many things. Like, if you have these key pieces, and I don't know why, at least for me, and I know I'm not alone because I've had this conversation with lots of coaches, but I make my like ideal client, I help statement. And no matter what I come up with, I'm like, it's not good enough until someone else is like, oh, what if you change that word? Oh, now it's good. I'm like, oh, good. I got the outside approval. It's perfect now.
Oh no, external
So
validation.
I've got the external validation from ChatGPT that I have the perfect ideal client avatar right now. The elevator pitch, I'm good to go. And I can do
Hey,
it on my own
yeah.
schedule for free.
So yes, for those of us who do need a little external validation, whether, that's necessarily aligned or not, it's just, I think, a part of being human. Why not
Yeah.
tap into Chat GPT?
It's fun. Um,
Exactly.
one of my friends, because a lot of my friends that I hang out with in person aren't in the business world. So we were trying to come up with ways like how might they use it? Because I was so excited I couldn't stop talking about it. And I had to pull it up on my phone. They don't have an app yet. But on your browser you can do it. And so we're at happy hour and I'm telling them about it. And I'm like, and look, it can make a sales page. And they're like, we zero
Exactly. I don't
shits.
need that. I don't even know what that is.
They're like, yeah, we don't care. So then that's when we joked around with the text to the boyfriend, but like breakup text to a boyfriend. Um, and one of them was like, oh, could it create happy birthday jingles for my friends that I could sing to my I'm like, probably. I'm like,
I'm
that's
sure it
fun.
can.
She's super fun, like personality. Like that's totally where her brain would go. It doesn't go
I
where my brain goes of create social media for me.
I love this person and I don't even know her. That's really sweet.
I know. Um,
And
so
it's interesting because when you think about AI, the whole point of it is that it gets smarter. So when you have people like you, people like her, people like me, we're all interacting with it, sending in our prompts, looking for happy birthday jingles for our friends, or an SEO optimized sales landing page. It's getting smarter as well. It's taking all of that input And, who knows? It's taking on little bits and pieces of our personalities at the same time, which is really strange to think about, but also very interesting because then that also becomes a part of maybe its response to someone else.
Yeah. And on ChatGPT, you can have different, like, I think they call them chats or messages, but like basically different little strands. So I have one for the podcast, one for the membership, one for the upcoming workshop, one for fun. And it's just called like random. And now I have one for work. But so when I go and I work on stuff for the membership, it sometimes will bring back stuff that I haven't told it in like 3 days. And as long as I put like, okay, for my Create a Life You Love membership, I want to blah, 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 blah. And then they'll be bringing down details that I had fed it a few days prior.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't necessarily do that. I'll be like, look at the post I gave you 2 minutes ago. And they're like, I'm just AI. I can't do that. And I'm like, come on. Like, what are you on a coffee break? Let's go.
That's interesting though. And that to me tells me, it informs us how it works. So it's essentially pulling in ideas and information from a few days ago, i.e. it's now integrating that information, while 2 minutes ago, again, like our brains, when we sleep at night, we go through an integration process. So I now wonder if there is essentially a point at which ChatGPT goes through some form of integration so that it then pulls in tidbits of information that you fed in or that it created a few days ago versus 2 minutes ago. That hasn't really settled in yet, just like our brains.
Yeah, I didn't even think of it that way. Yeah, that's really
neural connections to form.
Yeah, that's super interesting. Yeah. Oh my gosh, my brain's going all
exactly.
Now all these things I want to go try. All these things I want to go play with now and like see, will it do this? Will it do that? But so what I noticed though, as I was telling non-coach entrepreneur friends about it, and they want to make birthday jingles and breakup texts, they were fine with it. Like that met their needs. They didn't need, but then as I was telling other coaches and stuff, I found out they were really running into some barriers because it does take some time to figure out how to prompt it to make it do what you want it to do, and how to use some very powerful like follow-up prompts that really help fine tune it. And because I'm naturally curious and I just like have to like crack the code on these new types of things, I've now spent, I don't want to think about how many hours trial and erroring. And I've watched so many YouTube videos and I've gone to some different workshops and watched some different things, because to me, that's my natural process. That lights me up. And I am fully aware that most people listening right now are like, ain't nobody got time for that.
Exactly. But that's why we have your workshop, because you've done the heavy lifting, you've done all the legwork. You know what? This is so aligned for you. When I think about your human design, this is truly you shining out your design in such a beautiful way. Yeah, you do the deep investigative work, you max it out, and until you've actually learned, you've learned a nice foundation of information and knowledge. Until then, you're not quite ready to share it. But once you do, it's like, okay, time to share it, time to teach.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to get it out, but I didn't have like a structured format. And old me would be like, we're doing it tomorrow. But then I'm like, okay, let's look a couple weeks out, to give me even more time to really make sure that these are what I've done so far is the best way, like, and keep learning and keep getting better. But yeah, it just hit me that like my skills and my passions, like this sounds fun, this excites me, this lights me up, it feels very aligned for me. And so yes, I'm putting together a workshop just to help coaches or online entrepreneurs quickly and easily get up and running with ChatGPT. And so
I love it. I love that for you, you found that essentially your kind of procrastination energy, the whatever you were just feeling, that resistance was essentially busted wide open. That to me tells me what kind of a tool this can be for others as well, because how many people do we know how many coaches have you talked to, how many clients, etc., do you connect with? I know I do a lot who's talk about this very challenge, this very issue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know there's something that you want or need to do, and yet for whatever reason, you just can't bring yourself to like, ugh. So yeah, head over to ChatGPT and start asking for help. Literally, I need help writing da 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 da, or you know, help me with some ideas for, my next 5 social media posts. Whatever it is, it can really spur that creative like mechanism in you. So yeah, and it's clearly broken you wide open, which is really cool to see.
It feels good to, I'm like, okay, I feel like me again. Like I just kind of had this several weeks of just being like this drained energy and being like, I want to force myself to push through this. I know I can, but then because of everything I'm learning with alignment, like I don't want to. I mean, like I want to listen to my body and be like, no, I'm not going to do that right now.
Yeah, no, and there is that balance between honoring your need to restore yourself, to give yourself that time to rejuvenate. But yeah, then there's also the point where you reach this place of like, I know I really want to or need to be moving forward. And that is, again, a natural part of the creative process. There's always going to be friction. And so that is a part of the journey as well. What's nice is now we have a tool that can help us really get to that point of friction and then move us past it or through it, particularly if we do have those kind of creative blocks and we're moved with language. I know for people who do not speak English, ChatGPT has not been necessarily as useful. I've heard, certain use cases, particularly in different languages, where it's like it comes back with their language, but it's complete gibberish. It doesn't make any sense. So I think as English speakers, we're very fortunate because I think it's actually it's picked up the English language responses fairly well. So, but yeah, so if you're a non-English speaking user, by all means, share your experience. We'd love to hear, how it works for you. I'm just wondering if those challenges are still challenges or if it's getting smarter, even with different languages.
I love it. That would be very exciting. A couple tips I want to mention if you're going to like jump off this episode and jump on ChatGPT. And if you just Google ChatGPT, it'll take you to its website, which is like opensourcechat.org or something along those lines.
Right.
You create a free account and it takes you through a couple screens that tells you like that it'll do its best to filter out anything that's like hateful or violent. Oh, and yeah, one of our breakup text things, we said something about the boyfriend and the response was like, I'm sorry, I will not make that for you. Like, cause that's like hurtful. And we're like, okay. So that's
So
good.
ChatGPT has boundaries.
He has boundaries. I don't know. I want to ask ChatGPT what pronoun it prefers because I'm like, she, he, I don't know. What, I don't know. I want to be respectful.
Exactly. Are they a they?
I want to be respectful. So I need to ask that next time we hang out here, probably this evening.
You and ChatGPT have really formed a relationship here.
Yeah, we're pretty tight.
Heartwarming.
I don't know why I'm single, Gwen. No, just kidding. That is by choice.
That is funny. Exactly. How many people are dating ChatGPT?
Oh my.
Like anyway. How many dates on Valentine's are going to be with ChatGPT?
Mine will be with my girlfriends. We did Valentine's Day and we are happily single. That those are life choices, not circumstances.
Right, exactly. Yes.
But so anyway, try and get me back on track. Sorry.
Exactly. Let's go back to the workshop because I'm really excited to hear more about the workshop that you've put together, what you're going to be sharing. Go for it.
Yes.
Tell us all the things.
If you cannot wait until February 25th, which if you were like me, you couldn't, you'd want to get on there and start digging around. So a couple like little things. it is free, and there's a lot of people like using it at the same time, trying it out. And so you may get a message that's like, Chat GPT is down right now, but it's okay because they entertain you with like, write me a rap about the current state of Chat GPT, and it'll do it. And then like you hit refresh to be like, can I get in now? And they're like, write me a sonnet that, and like, yeah, write me a stand-up comedy thing. So you get entertained as you're hitting refresh trying to get in. Um,
Mhm.
and every now and then, when you're really deep in a project, you might get oh, you've made too many requests. Try again in an hour, which is
Yeah,
super frustrating, but it's free.
exactly. So yes, there
um,
are limitations.
there are limitations. And in terms of prompts, kind of garbage in, garbage out. Like the better the prompt, the better information you give it, the better response you're going to get. Now, if you get on there and you play and you want to dig deeper, if you're like, I don't want to even mess with this until somebody walks me through and holds my hand step by step, then the workshop is for you. It's February 25th. It's going to be noon. It's a Saturday, noon Central Time for 90 minutes. So adjust that for wherever you might be living. Um, and so what I've done is I've designed activities that we are going to do together during the workshop that are going to familiarize you with all the nuances of ChatGPT and how to make it have your personality and heart for any of your marketing needs. And this is a workshop. Okay. How many times have you attended a webinar or a masterclass and you take a million notes and you have the best intentions to go back and implement what you've learned, but as soon as the webinar ends, life kicks back in, and all of a sudden you've never gone back to those notes. You've never implemented any of it. We're not going to do that. With this experience, I'm going to explain and demonstrate how to do a specific task, and then you will have time right then and there to try it out, to ask questions, to get real-time feedback and ideas from myself, as well as the other purpose-driven coaches that are attending the workshop. And by the end, you're going to walk away with several key foundational pieces of copy for your business that you can then use across multiple areas, such as your website, your social media, your landing pages, all the things,
All
Gwen.
the things. Like
Yay.
hashtag all the things,
All the
y'all.
things. um,
So cool.
and I can't not structure something. So I designed a structured template and using
That's your favorite.
Trello. So it uses Trello. Apparently, I like to use Trello templates, but it's going to help you keep everything very organized and easy to find so that even after the workshop, you can like quickly pull up your Trello board and be like, oh, I just need to copy paste my writing style, my elevator pitch, my bio, whatever it is to feed the prompts to ChatGPT. So you're not constantly scrolling through the massive amounts of information you and ChatGPT have come up with to find what was the bio he gave me again, or I don't know, ChatGPT gave me again.
I love this. I love this, Chantal. I mean, this workshop, it's got to be super expensive, right?
No,
Because they're getting all the things.
all the things. Um,
Like, I can imagine this would be, a $500 course. I
it
mean, I know
could,
it's only 90 minutes, but with all of the things you're going to be showing, and not only showing, we're all going to be doing together, and all of the pieces that they're going to come out with, along with the template, the Trello board, man.
yes.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
may eventually get really fine-tuned and marketed as a much higher ticket item, but
I
for
think
this
it should be.
first go around, I really like the 2023. So it's $20.23. Yeah,
What?
I know.
Get out of town. I love it.
Felt inspired. It felt aligned.
That's
And
awesome.
any of our current members, I've already contacted them. They've got a free ticket.
Ooh,
And I have a referral partner program that we can talk about too. That if you share about it and somebody you share it with
attend,
comes on
signs up.
board, you
Yeah,
get a free ticket. So you could get your ticket paid for, or you could earn money the more tickets, the more people you refer to it. So you could get a free ticket and make money and learn how to use ChatGPT and do all the things.
and get the template and have all of the pieces for the business that everybody needs.
Mhm.
And if you already have those pieces, this is a way for you to, just as you did, polish them up, make them shiny new for 2023.
Exactly. And because I always felt like it was missing some of the word, it didn't quite capture. I'm like, okay, so we got it concise with this, but I also like want to bring in this. And so it really helped me brainstorm a way to really get it where I feel very excited about it. Whereas before it was like, yeah, that'll work. Yeah, okay, that's enough characters. Oh, I made it do my Instagram thing too. I told it within 250 characters, blah, blah, blah. And I like copy
Perfect.
pasted my current Instagram and like, yeah, amazing. It'll do anything. I love it.
Exactly. I have one tip for people who are trying to get on ChatGPT, because now, of course, everybody knows about it, including all of our listeners. And so, yeah, it's getting more and more challenging to actually get in and get some time with your chatbot. So I've found that using Microsoft Edge can give you an edge in actually getting time with the chatbot. So I will just throw that in as my tip for getting in to ChatGPT, because that is one of the bigger hurdles these days, as more and more people are clamoring to
Yes.
use this incredible tool. Yeah, they're finding it's less and less available. It's sharing all of its knowledge so widely. So yeah, check out you know Microsoft Edge, or check out yet another alternative browser if you are having any challenges. Most of us use Chrome or Safari, and I think those tend to be a little more challenging to get access. So mix it up a little in your browser usage, and you might find that you have more access and even longer periods of access. You don't get bounced out as often.
Excellent information. I
Indeed.
definitely be including that in my welcome email sequence for everybody as they register to help them be prepared.
There you go. Exactly. Because yeah, on the workshop, yeah, it's going to be important that everyone be able to get onto ChatGPT so that they can actually be doing all of the things,
All the things.
making all of the things.
Absolutely. And so if you're like, oh my gosh, this 90 minutes sounds amazing. I want that. That sounds great. I just also want to mention that there is a VIP option where we're going to take a short break between the 90-minute thing and the VIP thing, just so everybody get away from your screens, maybe get outside if the weather's nice, just take a little breather. And then we're going to come back for 60 minutes for whatever size of group that decides to upgrade to the VIP, and we'll have an additional 60 minutes of extra support with me where you just have work time, question time, collaboration time, anything needed. And you'll also get a private one-on-one 60-minute session with me in the kind of weeks following the workshop, so that we can either one-on-one continue helping you perfect your foundational marketing copy that you started during the workshop, or we can dive into using ChatGPT in a completely different area of your business. I'm using it for podcast show notes, all kinds of other things. So I can help you with any of that. Or we could do a personalized coaching conversation to help you create a cohesive and aligned marketing strategy for you to use ChatGPT. So that 60 minutes with me, we will tailor to fit you where you are on your journey, what you need. But yeah, so that is a thing. And I forget the exact cost right now for the VIP, but I've never charged that low for a full hour one-on-one with me. So not only do you get the group hour, but then a one-on-one hour with me, and I've never ever done it that low.
That's amazing, Chantal. So the VIP option includes, of course, the 90 minutes, but then they get an additional 60 minutes after a nice break of, yeah, group time, where I'm sure they'll get to ask specific questions, and then hear everyone else's specific questions, and, very likely benefit from all of that. But then on top of that, they get a one-on-one hour with you.
Oh, and I'll have some type of way to collect information in advance so I can be prepared for whatever direction you want to take that. So if you are like, I want help updating my website, here's my website link, here's what I'm thinking, like I can already kind of come prepared with some ideas to make the most out of the hour. So you're really getting more than an hour of my one-on-one undivided attention, because I will do some preparation for that call as well.
Well, I have something I want to throw in as a bonus for anyone who signs up for VIP, and that would be a complimentary 20-minute human design session. And I think it might be good to have that before you do your one-on-one, with Chantal, if at all possible, because then you'll have a really aligned path. You'll have an idea of, how you're designed to operate day to day, what's going to be most magnetic, how to attract the most, aligned opportunities and people. And, you'll also have an idea of your most aligned decision-making process. So we'll cover those very foundational pieces during that call. And then you can get on with Chantal and really, really know exactly how you want that call to play out, knowing, your most aligned operating strategies. Essentially, you'll have a mini owner's manual for yourself, and we can talk specifically about your business if you like as well.
It's amazing. Thank you, Gwen. Like, everyone, like, that was not pre-planned. That, like, she just generously threw that out there in the universe, and I wrote it down. It's going on the landing page.
Do this, peeps.
Yes. So excited. So, and speaking of landing page, we'll have that link in the show notes, but if you go check it out, like, that was done in collaboration with ChatGPT. So you can see like what she did this. Like, I've never made a landing page in that short amount of time, and felt confident about it, and not constantly like every day spending more hours the days following, like tweaking it and sending it to anybody who will give me time being like, do you think this is okay? Like, I'm like, here it is. It's ready. It's done.
Exactly. Laboring over it. Exactly. And then, like, oh, it's going out in the world and feeling funny about it. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
yeah, that's really cool. So everybody gets to see ChatGPT in action just by looking at the landing page. So even if you don't sign up, you can get an idea of what ChatGPT can do. But obviously, you ought to sign up because it's $20.23. And if you share the workshop with others, you could attend free just by inviting other people and them signing up. And who doesn't want this information? I mean, right now, this is what's happening. And there's a good reason, because as we have clearly demonstrated, this can completely open up your creative process. Whatever you're creating, it really doesn't matter whether it's happy birthday jingles or an email sequence or long form blog posts or an ebook. So all of the things, you can actually get help in creating the copy for it, getting really great input and feedback. But as Chantal mentioned, garbage in, garbage out. So it's so important to know exactly how to use this tool. And that's why the workshop with Chantal will be really important, particularly if you don't want to have to do all of the hard work that she's already done for us, and scouting out exactly how to best optimize ChatGPT. This is done for you. And for $20.23, you can find out exactly how to do it. And then you'll get all of the things that you'll be getting, all of these foundational pieces, whether it be bio or social media posts, emails, etc. All of those things that you'll want to have for your business, you'll have. And you'll have a template so that you don't have to go hunting those down. They'll always be there at the ready for you. And you can update them now that you'll know how to use ChatGPT at any time. And of course, as a VIP, you'll get one-on-one time with Chantal and me. So we'd love to have you join us.
Absolutely. And as I mentioned, like, the referral partner program, like, I've made it so simple because I was able to power through yet another task I'd been procrastinating on my to-do list forever of, I'd had a referral partner program before, right, and I'd made swipe copy. Well, now I've pivoted, and like, so I'm promoting new things and I'm targeting a new audience, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that took so much work. I don't want to do this. And so now, like, in an afternoon, it's all up and running. So if you want to share this, there is done for you, ready-made email sequence. I think it's like 4 or 5 emails, and you can tailor it to fit you. You don't have to send out all of them. And there's, I think, 5 social media posts. I even made a Canva template with some done for you or easily editable images. Like, you could, in a probably 20 to 30 minute time, sign up for the referral partner program, get those emails and social media things scheduled in the next few days, because the deadline is February 24th to sign up. for the workshop that's on the 25th, and then just have that cash rolling in and get your free ticket. And or if you've already bought a ticket and you get a free ticket, then you could like raffle it off in your audience group or something, like use it as some,
It's a
however
freebie.
you want to use it. It's a free ticket
Exactly.
to use how you want to use it.
Exactly. You could expand your email list by giving this ticket to the ChatGPT workshop away.
Mhm.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before we, close our episode, I want to make sure everyone has their seat saved for the workshop. So get to this link on or before the 24th, because the workshop is on the 25th, and it is at createalifeyoulovecoaching.com/ChatGPT. So yeah, hit that link, get signed up, get into that referral program too, because hello, Chantal has done all of the work for you there as well. So you'll have email copy, you'll have social media post copy, you'll have images that you can share to get others interested and signed up. Again, this is a total win, 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 win.
Win, win, win.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, I've never seen so many wins.
So many.
And of course, we would love to have you also join us for the VIP part of this amazing opportunity as well, so that you can get more one-on-one dedicated assistance with this incredible tool.
Absolutely. I'm so excited. All my passion and energy is back in full force.
And it only took how many people to tell you about ChatGPT?
Listen, I've said it before and I'll keep saying it again. I'm not the smartest. It takes 2 to 3 times for the universe to bring me something before I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to
That has
pay
nothing to do
attention
with
to
smart. I can
this.
tell you were smart. You're one of the
smart.
smartest people in any room you go into.
Oh my gosh. Well, I need to upgrade my rooms.
Maybe a tad stubborn. Who knows?
Oh,
But that's good too.
We have too much fun.
We do.
All right. Well, we will wrap up this episode, folks. Everybody, folks, who the hell am I all of a sudden?
Oh, I do want to share. We talked about the referral partner program. It's actually at a different link. So,
oh, yes.
Yeah, let's share that. Of course, go to createalifeyoulovecoaching.com/referral-partner. So, so sign up for the workshop. If you just want to sign up for a referral partner, you can do that too, and just become a referral partner for Create a Life You Love Coaching. You'll have plenty of opportunities to share a lot of high quality, really high juice content, and much of it now done for you, which there is nothing better, I can tell you. It's really gratifying to get to share content that's already created that you can just tweak so that it reflects who you are, and immediately get gifts from heaven. It's really kind of fun.
Yeah, manifest that extra money. Just spread
Exactly.
the good news in the universe and get rewarded.
Precisely. Yeah. This is total co-creation and really high level manifestation at work. So yeah, we would also love to hear your feedback about this particular episode. So what were your takeaways? Are you excited about the idea or interested in ChatGPT, or are you scared and freaked out about AI in general? We'd love to hear from you. As well, please share our episode with anyone you think might benefit and be interested in this. And also leaving a podcast review at ratethispodcast.com/CALYL or Create a Life You Love is greatly appreciated. You can quickly and easily leave a review from any device by grabbing the link in the show notes.
And if our keep it simple and aligned approach is resonating with you, and you too want to be part of the Create a Life You Love movement and help create community and dramatically transform the coaching industry, we're currently accepting applications for the Create a Life You Love membership. Just head to createalifeyoulovecoaching.com/membership. We will have all of the links mentioned in the show notes, so never fear. And we're running that super deal this month where you can get the whole year of the membership for just $2,023. $2,023. There we go. Say that properly.
It's saying $20.23 for so long.
That's the workshop. The membership for the full year is $2,023. And if you're already a member, all members get in the workshop for free. So
Yeah.
that's cool. So you could just jump straight to the membership and get your ticket for the workshop included. And there are payment plan options. If you don't have that like $2,000 just laying there and you need some other options, we want to work with you on that. So just head to the link in the show notes for all the details on any of the things, the membership, the workshop, the referral partner program, leaving reviews, and giving us virtual high fives.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And thank you for all of your continued feedback and support. And enjoy the journey.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Create a Life You Love podcast. We would love to hear from you about your biggest takeaways. Share them with us on Facebook or Instagram at Create a Life You Love Coaching. If you love this episode, be sure to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. It's very much appreciated. If you're ready to build aligned and sustainable momentum without overwhelm and burnout, we invite you to apply for the Create a Life You Love membership on our website, createalifeyoulovecoaching.com/membership. That's it for now. Enjoy the journey.